In his early 20s, George Washington was an ambitious and hardworking young man. He continued his work as a land surveyor, becoming skilled in this field. By 1754, he had built a good reputation as a surveyor and worked with many farmers and investors. His job allowed him to travel throughout the colonies, giving him the opportunity to learn about different lands and peoples. However, fortune did not always smile upon him. In 1754, the war broke out between the British and the French, known as the 7 Years' War. George, seeking an opportunity to show his courage and leadership skills, joined the British forces. By 1755, he had risen to the rank of colonel, a position reflecting his self-confidence and capabilities. During the war, George Washington fought in the famous Battle of Fort Necessity, a pivotal experience in his life. The battle was bloody and challenging, as George faced a larger French force. Despite the defeat, he demonstrated military competence by organizing a disciplined withdrawal of his troops. This battle enhanced his reputation as a brave leader. It showed his ability to make quick decisions in critical situations. After the war, George returned to Virginia to manage his large estate. In 1759, he married Martha Custis, a wealthy widow, which increased his fortune and social standing. Martha was the perfect partner for him, supporting his ambitions and dreams. They lived on Mount Vernon, which later became a symbol in American history. Over time, George began to feel a greater obligation to his country. In 1765, the British started imposing new taxes on the colonies, such as the Stamp Act. This sparked significant outrage among colonists. George was among the prominent figures who spoke against these laws, emphasizing the need for representation of the colonies in the British Parliament. By 1770, George was at the center of the conflict between the colonies and the British government. Protests began to increase. In 1774, he participated in the First Continental Congress in Philadelphia, where representatives from the colonies gathered to discuss how to respond to British policies. In this Congress, George called for the establishment of alliances among the colonies, stressing the importance of unity in the face of injustice. His vision was clear: everyone should stand together for their rights. George called for the formation of local associations in every colony to organize efforts against British policies. He had the ability to motivate and influence others, making him a prominent figure of the time. In 1775, as tensions escalated, George Washington was appointed commander of the Continental Army. This position posed a significant challenge, as the army lacked training and resources. Despite this, he began implementing new strategies to train the army, using unconventional tactics in battles. One of the most notable battles he fought was the Battle of Bunker Hill, where the soldiers displayed exceptional bravery in the face of the enemy. Although the battle ended in loss, it marked a turning point in the war, demonstrating that the colonists could face the powerful British army. During this period, George's relationship with Martha continued to grow. She was always supportive and understood the challenges he faced as a military leader. She would correspond with him while he was in the camps, offering emotional support. Her ability to lift his spirits during difficult times made him feel he had a strong partner standing beside him. Thus, George Washington's life in his youth was filled with challenges and successes. From land surveyor to military commander, and from a happy marriage to political influence. All these experiences paved the way for him to become a key figure in American history. These experiences shaped his character and prepared him for the next steps in his journey, leading him to a historic role in his country's independence.